How do you select your trainer? What are the objectives? What are your objectives? What are his objectives? I was fortunate. I got a Mr. Universe, double Mr. Universe winner to walk into the gym and see me, and he saw my weaknesses, and he was presumptuous, and thank God he was. He came over and asked me how long I was training and what I needed to do. He found my faults, and he was not afraid to tell me my faults. He told me my calves needed work, needed to be developed. But I'm 20 years old. I'm thinking about arms and chest, like most guys today who are just training for the club. So he always put calves first on my exercise program. But I would skip them and go and do chest with my friends. And as many of you have seen and know that that was the part that was lagging behind until the end of my career. So the important thing, therefore, is to listen to your trainer, but especially if that trainer is experienced. So suppose that trainer, quote unquote, has never been where you want to go. How are they going to get you there? You're inviting trouble. You're inviting conjecture. You're inviting, I'm guessing here, I'm guessing there. But unfortunately, most trainers today, they look on the internet and they see a program and they come and give it to you. Oh, this is good. This is nice. I like it. But is it for you? And that is what the problem is. Most people train today, they do things that they see on the internet. Fortunately, I and most of my colleagues never had to follow that road. So we were mostly leaders, so we didn't have to follow. So think about it. When you're going to start to train, who are you going to hire? Who is that trainer? Okay, I was talking about trainers. I think the last time you met, I was talking about trainers, or sometime back, I was talking about trainers. How do you choose your fitness trainer? If I was a golfer, but I choose someone who's knocking around the golf room like I do, I choose and get a professional. And like in most activities, most of us who are trainers and or coaches have been to the very top of our profession. If I wanted to learn about golf, I would seek out Tiger Woods. Good luck. But I will seek someone who actually knows the game, who creates things for the game. And I was fortunate. I was fortunate to run into Rick Wayne and Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't mean to drop any names, but he was one of my coaches. And what he said then is still relevant today. We have a saying in bodybuilding, we call it old school bodybuilding. But all old school bodybuilders are 99% of us are still alive today. New school bodybuilders, they'll find the nearest grave at a very early age. So they've given our sport a very demeaning name, it's in a very demeaning place. Bodybuilding, I started out as a bodybuilder. Listen to this, I started out as a bodybuilder. I won this championship and that championship, been all over the world. But then I found out that I'm doing my seminars, I realized that most people were seeking knowledge. And that knowledge that I dispensed came based on experience. That's all. I would like you to think about it. You heard what I said, experience. So when you're going to choose your trainer, interview him or her. What experience do you have? What have you done? What do you look like? You want to know these things, because if they're going to take you to a place, they should take you to a place to which they have been. Yes, I know. Everyone is going to say, but I'm a business executive. I don't want to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Forget about it. You're not going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're looking to look after this machine that has to last for a lifetime. If it lasts for a lifetime and you work with it, you're making your future life and in your life in advancing age better. That is how I see fitness. That is how I see hiring a coach. That is all you need. I don't know I've been ridiculed so much by people who, who, who tell me, Roy, listen, your sport is nothing. I have a friend, he went on the internet and he passed his coach's exam and he's a coach now in a gym. He's a coach. And I had to work years and pick up tons of experience before I could venture to tell someone how to do a chest press, a squat, a lunge, a bicep curl. And how I got into it more is when I was asked to do, by accident, group training classes. I'll talk about that later though, because many of you know, especially here in Quebec, Canada, that I have been a group fitness instructor. I found it very easy to do group fitness training because all I did was to take my bodybuilding knowledge and my natural ability to move and bend and twist and take it into a class. That was the biggest compliment I ever had relative to my group training experience. So I'll go into it more in future. We'll talk about it later on, okay? So I'll go into it more in future. We'll talk about it later on, okay?